Hi everyone. Welcome back to the channel. Before we dive in, make sure you're subscribed and have notifications turned on so you never miss these stories. Today's one is personal. It's about what happens when you give everything to family, only to be told you're not wanted. And what happens when you decide to give nothing back. At 10:04 a.m. my phone lit up. Short message. No greeting. No kindness. We know you spent $520,000 to save our house, but your sister doesn't want you at Thanksgiving. That was it. No thank you. No apology. Just a cold, clinical way of cutting me out, like removing a thread from a shirt without caring if the whole seam unravels. I didn't argue. Didn't ask why. I just typed one word back. Noted. And that was the moment everything changed. Not for me. For them. I was 29 years old when I liquidated almost half my investment portfolio to keep my parents from losing their home. They had been reckless, taking out loans they couldn't afford, chasing bad financial opportunities they never understood, hiding it all from me until the bank was just 3 weeks from foreclosure. When my father called, his voice was heavy, the kind of weight you can hear even through a phone line. When my mother spoke, it was in sobs. I didn't hesitate. I wired the money that day. One transfer. No conditions. No repayment plan. They kept their house. They kept their pride. And naively, I thought maybe I had finally earned my place in the family. But my sister Maya said nothing. She hadn't contributed a dime. She didn't even thank me. She just looked at me with that familiar expression she'd been perfecting since we were kids. The quiet resentment of someone who always saw me as the outsider. Growing up, I was the afterthought. Until they needed rescuing. Then, for a brief moment I was the savior. And just as quickly, the ghost. Started subtly. Group chats without me. Family photos where I was mysteriously absent. Then came my mother's birthday. I sent flowers. Heard nothing. Later I saw the picture on social media. Maya, smiling, holding the exact same bouquet I'd sent. The caption read, "From the one who really knows me." I didn't confront anyone. Instead, I kept my receipts, both literally and figuratively. I learned my place. Useful but not wanted. So I stayed quiet, patient, until that 1 a.m. text became the invitation I didn't know I was waiting for. They had just handed me the knife. I decided exactly where to cut. Step 1. Legal ground. I had never really given them the house. The $520,000 was transferred through a holding company. My holding company. On paper they weren't owners. They were tenants. And buried in the legal paperwork, in a clause that cost me $4,000 in attorney fees, was a condition. If familial estrangement occurs due to demonstrated emotional harm, the asset reverts to the donor. Best money I ever spent. Step 2. The freeze. Every monthly wire transfer. The $30,000 gift they expected in January, cancelled. The college trust one had set up for Maya's son. Dissolved. The funds moved to a separate account under my control. I wasn't punishing the boy. But I wasn't going to bankroll her life anymore. Step 3. Exposure. One package. Just one. Sent to every extended family member. It was a hard-bound, cream-colored photo book. Elegant. Almost like a wedding album. Page 1. A scanned copy of the foreclosure notice. Page 2. My $520,000 wire confirmation. Timestamped. Page 3. A screenshot of that cold 1 a.m. text. Final page. I never needed a seat at the table. I just needed to know whose house I was sitting in. 2 days later, Maya posted on Facebook. Some people are so desperate for attention, they'll destroy their own family. Hundreds of comments poured in. Only one mattered. My aunt's. You mean the brother who saved your parents' home? Sit down, Maya. The fallout was nuclear. My mother called, crying, saying it was all a misunderstanding. I asked her to repeat the text to me word for word. She couldn't. Then my father called, telling me this wasn't the way to handle things. I told him calmly, "You raised me to be responsible. This is responsibility. Actions and consequences." He hung up. Thanksgiving came. They held it without me, in my house. I didn't stop them. But I did send the local food bank a fully catered holiday meal in their name, enough to feed 200 people. Then I posted it online with a simple caption. Grateful to turn something sour into something warm. Happy Thanksgiving. They saw it. I know they did. Christmas was quieter. No cards. No invitations. Except one from my grandmother. She wrote, "I don't understand everything, but I do know this. The one who bails out the boat doesn't deserve to be thrown overboard." January arrived. So did the eviction notices. I gave them 90 days. Long enough to make arrangements, but not long enough to pretend nothing had happened. Maya tried one last time. She texted, "You're overreacting. You're being cruel." I replied, "No, I'm being exact." She never messaged me again. By March they were gone. The house now sits empty. Quiet. Still mine. I haven't sold it. Haven't moved in. I just let it stand there, a monument. Not to revenge. To memory. Sometimes I drive past, not out of sentiment but for clarity. They built a house on the foundation of my silence, and acted shocked when it crumbled. I'm not angry anymore. I'm awake. They thought I'd keep bleeding just to keep them warm. They were wrong. And every time they sit at someone else's table in someone else's house and feel that unfamiliar chill, they'll remember the one word I sent back at 1 a.m. Noted. If you found this story as chilling and eye-opening as I did, hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next one. And remember, generosity without respect isn't kindness. It's a leash someone will strangle you with.